What's good, YouTube, and welcome to Buyout Turbo. I didn't know that was a deck in Yu-Gi-Oh! I activate my credit card, buying these cards out so you can't afford to play them against me. Jokes like that have been made for a long time, but bad jokes aside, we're seeing quadruple to quintuple down buyouts on cards where structured at commons are getting price points they really shouldn't. Future meta buyouts, of course those buyouts where a new support comes out for a certain card and prices go burr on top of that. So let's go ahead and get into it all after we shout out a brand new sponsor, Starlight Grotto. They put out these goat trucker hats that set themselves aside, and they reached out to sponsor me before, right when I picked up Millennium Threads. And believe it or not, as race card out as I am, I didn't want to take on two new merch sponsors at the same time, but Millennium Threads has hung up their coats, so to speak, and they're not really putting out new stuff right now. I don't know if they will be in the future. They did say they want to put some projects into the works, but Starlight Grotto is looking freaking amazing with these goat hats. They have all four classic colors. They've got yellow, orange, pink, and blue with a chase ghost version at random. But if you want to make sure you're getting the color that you ordered, you can also put in the notes in order to opt out of the chase gotcha version. Code What's Good 5 for 5% off and to support the channel directly will make these a little bit cheaper. I know they do have a bit of a high price point, but they've got that fur on the top. They look amazing. It's going to be embroidered on top of there, and I think they did a pretty good job on these. So that'll be linked down below. Again, Starlight Grotto. I really have liked the work. Like, they had the Stardust Synchron pin that just looks really nice before, and I've seen other things like their Magic Rebo pin. They've been doing some good stuff over there. But let's get to the cards, John. So the Yu-Gi-Oh! Market doesn't take time off like the major markets during the holidays, it seems, and Chaos Emperor Dragon had its triple down buyout here. We've seen it before. It went up and it's spiking again to where the lowest are $110. It's opened up this conversation about prize cards and their reprints. I saw a bait post in Zodiac like, yeah, you should keep buying at this price because it's going to go to the moon. They want reprint prize card stuff. And while it's a really good card that can be searched by Melody, played in Dragon Link, you have the new Chaos support coming out, a lot of reasons to go after this card and play it. Well, that's kind of bait. Yeah, like Minerva hasn't had another reprint, and it was in the OG Battles of Legend since its inception, right? But then we look over at Giant Hand, and it just got thrown in Duels from the Deep. I mean, they really did try to throw a lot of things at Duels from the Deep, like Forbidden Droplet. Yeah, buy the set, right? But when it comes down to prize card reprints, like look at Dvorak, it has multiple reprints. Like after some time, they tend to do it. Now, Chaos Emperor Dragon, it's not the newest prize card to be reprinted, but when Konami sees prices like these, you know they're probably going to want to cash in. So saying there won't be a reprint is guessing at that. It's speculation. We don't know if there will be one or won't be one. They could be waiting for Minerva to go up higher in price or find a product it fits in or try to get a buzz in a product whenever they want to shove this somewhere, or especially with a huge price tag on it, Chaos Emperor Dragon, whenever they feel like it. It's not like it is reprint bulletproof as the Zodiac post tried to bait. So yeah, don't be blindly following advice you find in Facebook groups. I know, I'm a YouTuber. Also, don't blindly follow advice on YouTube. I can be wrong also. That's why I'm not a financial advisor channel. I don't know the future of cards or card reprints. Lightforce Sword is getting bought out, and I find this one a bit ridiculous. It triggers the rank 7 stuff in Kashrita. Oh my gosh, it's crazy. Look, I know we all want to be Yugi and activate cards and roleplay and LARP as Yugi while trying to win meta events. I won with Swords of Revealing Light in my deck. I get the feeling of wanting to make a card better than it is in a format where it's not that good. But I do find this buyout completely ridiculous. I don't think that it should be sticking, but it will likely keep the prices up higher for those that got in early, and people coming in later are pretty much going to be eating bait. Yes, it only has one holographic here out of Yugi's world. The rest are commons and rares, but I would not be buying into this after the fact here. It's cute. Now, speaking of a card that you want to use Lightforce Sword on, Exodia the Forbidden One Starlight Rare has continued to spike up. There's some ridiculous sale here. I don't know if it's like a PSA version or what this is, but we do see a ton of sales in its sales history now, around 550 to 600 here, and it's been pretty consistent, and now the lowest listed ones are $780 to $800, taking the top end from the set over access code Talker. And with that, The chase lottery system sometimes fully wins over sets. I had asked y'all if you thought Battles of Legend would rise from just the Starlights, and the other prices in the set have continued to go down while only the Starlights have gone up, and the boxes are back up. People can't help themselves, they gotta chase after it. And with one Starlight per case average almost in the US, remember 1 out of 10 cases just won't have a Starlight, unfortunately, on average, so it's really, 11 cases to see 10 Starlights. It's kind of wild to see how this has rebounded. It started bottoming out $52, vendors were letting this go, and now the lowest boxes are around $60 from top rated sellers before it just jumps here to $65 really quickly. And you can see they're deep, but they don't want to take any less. It's Battles of Legend, baby. There's a lot of good cards through the lower end of the set that I think will age well, but if people are buying this to Starlight bust, then a lot of those will end up on the market just to recoup cost for a while, and it will be an interesting kind of thing to see it balance where more Starlights do appear, but there's so little of them, they'll get that slow sales rate, and then you see it flood the singles on the bottom, and I think that's one of the healthiest balances a set can have, though. Have these chase cards down in here, accessible for everybody, and the Starlights, that's what people want out of a set. It's win-win when you have this many good cards in a set. I think it's really nice to see it rebound and that model get rewarded. It almost reminds me of the original Battles of Legends, except those short prints leave a bad taste in my mouth. Scarecrow Reinhardt, I always murder names these days. I'm a YouTuber, I'm supposed to, right? But he is spiking up here. Apparently in the OCG, there's a Tri-Brigade Scarecrow variant, as well as a Sprite Tri-Brigade variant that is doing well. So 2 different things. But over here with the Scarecrows, we are seeing a buyout already on him, and he's up to $8 to $9, 10 quickly. And I do think Dimension Force is extremely thirsty for value, and there's plenty of reasons not to open up the set versus open it right now, but it's rebounding just a hair, as there's a lot of good cards in here, but there is that Mega 10 clock ticking, so do be aware with that versus any card spiking, like Visa Starfrost going back up, as there's naturally more support. We've had that conversation so many times, as it's dipped towards 12, bounced back to 18, dipped towards 12, it's kind of a cyclical thing at this point, but right now Visa Starfrost is also up there in terms of price, and you do see Tryhard very low listings around $10 over here. Now, I don't want to know why this is bought out. We all know it's an FTK card. I don't want to know the FTK what people are doing. It only has its 2 printings, and the secret rare is starting to get bought out once again for number 6 Chronomaly Atlantis. Just keep it to yourself. Every single first edition one's gone. You go do you. Blazing Cartesia. So this is now mentioned on a fusion, it seems. So it is getting bought out over on the US market here, where it's $18 to $20, and it checks out over on Card Market. Look at this spike over here, where it's going for even more than the US market. So kind of the US market trailing after the EU market on Cartesia. And it seems you can run a fusion deployment with this as well, potentially. I don't know that people are doing that, but we do see you have the 3 copies. They're all hollow. One is from a structure deck, though, helping keep it really more so in stock for at least the lowest rarity, but the secret rare is something to watch out of the 2021 10s, which also very thirsty for value. People don't want to open these, and certainly wouldn't for just a fusion deployment. Somewhere, someone's typing in the comment section, oh, just watch me, John. I'm gonna buy 10 till I get fusion deployment. You go do you also. Bestial Druiswarm is on buyout mode. Market price 14. It's kind of crazy to watch this one also spike, and it's quickly 20 here. Any top-rated seller, non-0% feedback here. It is $20 for this card, just like Magnamut now, and that just blows my mind. How much people are after this, and the fact that it's on full buyout, and the Bestials are just that strong heading towards it. On Twitter, there's a huge conversation that the Bestials are what's ruining Yu-Gi-Oh!, that they should be hit, and them being largely super rare, maybe we'll see something like that. Maybe that's why Konami put them in this rarity, in case they felt the need to tweak that on the Forbidden and Limited list heading towards the WCQ, but that's full speculation. But The major gripes in the community do seem to start around this engine, especially on Twitter. Abyss Actor Mellow Madonna has one super rare version and one common version, and of course it's the holographic version getting hard targeted and bought out here. There's only 12 listings left on the market. New Abyss Actor support, yay! This is the quintuple down buyout. Danger Chupacabra, the common being up here. I mean, I get it. Dangers, they've had a lot of reprints, but yeah, the Sacred Beast structure deck is also up in price, and you had the reprints of its hollows and megatons where they're nicer elsewhere, so then Chupacabra ends up on top. It's still just wild to me, but yeah, Danger Chupacabra, it fits in multiple decks. Danger Engine, of course, also fitting in multiple decks, but Dark World is the front runner of everyone's got this in hand, and people are really running at Chup right now. It could use a reprint. Saryuja Skull Dread only has its 3 printings, and it's stuck its buyout landing. If you want something that's not the Dual Devastator version, which is a $3 market price, it's looking like both secret rares out of the Mega Packs and OG are really staying up in price right now, despite having a Dude version available. I'd rather play the secret than the Dude version. Well, Dude did have some quality control and foil bending out of the packs at times, so I do understand, especially pros, wanting to go with that secret rare. Amazement never got reprinted. Color me amazed. I actually did not know that one. And Arlecchino is going up slightly in price. Look at the listings, only 37 listings now. I've seen this one before. I have been somebody who thought this deck was on another level, and the new support really doesn't put it there yet, but I understand that people just want this one to be good so bad, and he's kind of a daddy. You gotta admit it. He's not the worst looking guy. And then finally, Gemini Spark here. Super rare has been bought out, and the commons are actually pretty low on quantities. You have a Turbo Pack common, which is a tournament pack, of course, and then Stardust Overdrive, not the most accessible set in the world, and a lot of these are gonna be light play and damaged throughout the ages. So, with such an in-demand card for a pass format where you can play it in Little City, the Gemini stuff was so good that back then, like in terms of, it just felt good to play this deck. It really did. I enjoyed it, and it feels like back and forth Yu-Gi-Oh!, one of the apexes of it. People love this, and it technically goes in that vein of max rarity hero because you're playing it with Neos Alias. Thanks for watching today's Market Watch. Wow, almost had it there till the end. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed the conversation. It's been a wild ride of the holidays, and I really appreciate y'all getting to be able to do this for a living. Like, get to talk about Yu-Gi-Oh!, look through things, play Yu-Gi-Oh! I'm so blessed. I really do appreciate you all. Thank you so much, and happy holidays.